Long ago in the mists of ancient Greece, a name whispered in both fear and awe was that of Aella, an Amazonian warrior unlike any other. While her sisters honed their skills with bow and blade, Aella was a master of a different, more brutal art, the art of the fist. Her hands, swathed in hardened leather, were said to be as unyielding as the stone pillars of Olympus. She was called the Hurricane for the whirlwind of blows she could unleash, and her temper was as fiery as the forges of Hephaestus. One day, a messenger arrived at the Amazonian court, breathless and panicked. He told of a monstrous basilisk, a serpentine horror with a gaze that turned flesh to stone and venom that withered the earth itself. It had emerged from a forgotten chasm, terrorizing the countryside and leaving a trail of petrified animals and scorched fields in its wake. All the great male heroes of Greece had refused the call, deeming the beast's power too great. Aella, weary of her sister's endless chatter about glory and conquest, saw a different kind of challenge. She saw a creature that could not be felled by a simple arrow or a polished sword. She would face the basilisk, not with traditional weapons, but with her own strength and cunning. She found the basilisk coiled atop a hill, its scales shimmering like obsidian, its eyes two pools of burning emerald. Aella did not charge. Instead, she began to move a dance of evasion. She dodged the creature's petrifying gaze, her body a blur of motion. She wove through the withered trees, using the petrified remains of its previous victims as cover. The basilisk, enraged, struck repeatedly, but Aella was too quick, her movements fluid and unpredictable. Finally, she saw her chance. The basilisk, frustrated by her elusiveness, lunged forward with its mouth agape, revealing a throat as black as night. Aella seized the moment. She didn't have a weapon, but she had her fists. She drove her knuckles, wrapped in their hardened leather, directly into the creature's gaping maw, striking with the full force of a lifetime of trained fury. The basilisk's roar was a thunderous screech, a sound of agony and disbelief. The creature, weakened by the internal assault, thrashed violently, its venomous spittle burning the ground around it. Aella did not relent. She continued her relentless barrage, her fists a blur of motion inside the beast's throat. The basilisk thrashed for a few more agonizing moments before it finally collapsed, its body going limp. The legendary monster had been vanquished, not by a legendary sword or a godly bow, but by the sheer, unyielding force of a warrior's hands. When Aella returned to her court, she did so not with a trophy, but with bruised knuckles and a knowing look. She had proven that true strength wasn't always found in a sharpened blade, but in the power of one's own will and the resolve to face a monster on your own terms.